Hey everybody. Uh, I guess this is the updates. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, kind of the worst things that are going on right now is, even though it sounds like it's a good thing, but most of the child brothels are not in business during this time. Our kids are doing well with no cases of the China virus in any of our kids or staff. They are actually having fun with their jobs, and as we call it, uh, having fun. As I told you before, they all have assigned duties and they compete against each other, keeping everything clean and organized and along with their normal duties. Um, but food is really a bad problem right now in most of these countries. In many places, the only place to get their food is the mall, and they've shut down all the open markets. So they're paying, and the prices have increased. They were already more expensive than the markets, but now they're 3 times the normal price. Um, the good thing is that in most of our places, we've already put together private sources, and they are still supplying us at this time. We're getting it before anybody else does. So let's see but it's still not enough. But we're making it work. Uh, the team that owns a home that is not fully operational yet, they're producing fish and they're canning foods for this exact reason. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to do this to all of them. So at least they're not in as bad a situation as all the rest. Um, Now, just a note from me, pay attention. I'm not a doctor, but this is science. It's really frustrating when you know COVID has a 97.9% survival rate, and the Delta variant is more contagious, but it has an even higher survival rate. Also, the children are very unlikely to get it, and if they do, it is less than a cold. Of course, if you have a medical problem like respiratory issues, yes, it can be bad, like the flu. Uh, Lockdowns have been found to be absolutely useless, and masks really have absolutely no effect unless you're already an infected person. Also, you're not supposed to even wear a mask for over 3 hours for many reasons. Our kids wore masks for about the first few weeks, and after that, none of them wear it anymore. Um, Even more with this is it's a psychological problem. Kid suicides have, I think, doubled or tripled. And there's so many other things that are just out of control because the psychological effects of this. Um, to me, it appears it's a government power play around the world. That is just my opinion, but it seems to be filtering out. Um, Next, like I said above, the brothels are closed due to COVID restrictions. We have also been watching the hospitals and that have the doctors that harvest the live organs from the sick kids. They are not doing this currently. The tourist businesses also have shut down. Um, One of the trafficking type businesses that is absolutely skyrocketing. Um, it's where many of these children's families have taken loans during the lockdown now to repay the money. They are being hounded by the loan sharks. This is putting further pressure on these children to earn and support for their families. So more and more of these families can't pay their debt. None can really. And so they're giving their daughters to these loan sharks as partial payments. Um, Something else that's I've been watching all over, and I have friends throughout the world, and they'll like go down and buy like a lot of places will have these police checkpoints, and my friends will go and they'll buy like $100 or $200 worth of food, and they'll get a big bag of rice and a bunch of other canned goods and stuff. Then they'll divide them up, and for that much money, you get 50 to 100 meals and for families. And so they'll take these down to the police area, and there'll be nobody around until they start to notice that they're setting up a table and putting this food on it. And within 5 minutes, there's 100 people in line, and usually we run out before we can feed them all. And I know a lot of other people that are doing the very same thing. And this is all due to this China virus, and it's just making me sick and frustrated anyway. Anyways, I had to get vent a little bit. Um, sorry. um, let's see, where are we? Um, the kids that are taken from these like loan sharks, though, what they'll do is they'll sell them to gangs and special businesses and even individuals. The bad thing about this is that these kids are the most difficult to find and are more inside operations. We are watching in our areas, but that is even difficult with the police everywhere checking why people are out. The only people that are not allowed to move about are those getting necessities. High fines if are given if you are caught without a reason. They are also confiscating bikes and cars if you don't have the money to pay the fine directly. Most of these people don't have that kind of money. Um, all said, there is an area of operation that has not shut down in a few areas that we work. And as I said before, it's also almost impossible to travel. But we're getting in there to see these other locations, so there'll be some rescues coming up. Another good thing is that during this time we've been able to do a lot of rebuilding to the buildings and the grounds to make them more secure and more pleasant to look at. Okay, because a lot of them are just bamboo. Some of them are decaying, you know, the blocks and stuff like that for steps. So anyways, with this, you'll see a video. Anyway, or I mean a picture. Anyways, that's about it for now. So stay tuned for more rescues.